It is Amanda Christina, and I have, oh my god, the mother of all op shop hauls. I was at my local Anglicare store. I don't get to go there very often. I only go to my psychologist once a month, and that is literally what I got to do. So I have been itching to go there. Luckily for me, community transport guys were really nice today, and they stopped to let me get some cash on the way. I took out $20 and came home with $6. So I spent $14 on what you're going to see, which includes 38 books, pretty much almost every doily they had in the little tray where they kept the doilies, a large and a small jar of buttons. Yes, I am not joking. So let's get to it. Now, you all know I've been on the hunt for Disney books, and I hit the mother lode. Now, do I have everything I would like to have? No. But I did also get multiples of them. So we'll start with this bag, and I'm not sure, but I will probably end up doing splitting this into two. So what's in the bag? In the bag. Haha, I already told you. I don't know. I'm a little loopy tonight. Anyway, so we'll start with this bag, and I may split this into two haul videos just because it took me so long last time. But so I found a lot of these old Disney books, which is one of the things I have been after, and they're children's books. I'm just going to do quick flip throughs. Were 20 cents a piece. They had two small plastic tubs and a shelf with them stacked up. So most of these came from the tubs, though a couple I did pull off the shelf. Toy Story. I don't even have paper for a lot of this stuff, so I am so looking forward to mixing in, seeing what I have in my stash that would work. Once I get over doing a no spend, I will probably look for things like some cow print paper or some plaid, things that will work with the paper. Lime green, the pink and white spot, grass, like Buzz's purple, like things like that. There's always ways, if you don't have a paper range that matches, to do things. So I'm trying to really think about that. I got Tarzan, which is You'll Be in My Heart. Okay, so just a quick, as you can see, these all they're just visually stunning books. Just the, honestly would love some more small books as well. I have two of Bug's Life, so we'll pop one over there. A couple I ended up with two of, and I do not even know how that, I kind of know because I just literally grabbed everything and piled it up. However, having two means that I'm not going to have to choose between images. Like if I want to use, say, this page and like this little image here or part of the story, I can do that now. If you have three, then you can actually do a lot. Like having three of the same books, you could probably create a whole Bug's Life album or Bug's Life journal, whatever you wanted to create with it. I'm so happy I found all this. I have been looking, and as you know, last year I scored 2. Okay. Another handful of these. I'm trying to go quicker this time because last time this took me, no word of a lie, 30 minutes it took to show off this haul. Okay, so this was one that was on the shelf. I could see it behind it and I had to have it. So this is Beauty and the Beast, again with just the gorgeous, gorgeous imagery. I have a little bit of Beauty and the Beast paper in with some princess pads, but not a lot. And look at these, the stained glass, and look at the castle, that is one that I would love to have a couple of, just because I found a really old Bambi. Some of these, I've got some that are antique, that are over 50 years old, and other books that are just shy of being antique, and lots of vintage, so 20 years plus old books, which is incredible. And I do feel a little guilty for wanting to craft with them. However, this is one of the I might turn my camera this way a little more. So this is Harry Potter, and this is beautiful. There's one little fault in this, there's one torn page at the bottom. Like there's just a small page where it's torn. But what really, like, I didn't even look through this properly. I just saw Harry Potter and grabbed it. I spent an hour this afternoon looking through my haul, is that all the stickers are still here. So not only do I get these fantastic images through the book, I get the stickers that originally came with it. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be able to bring myself to do that. There's Snow White. This is vintage, and actually it's bordering on, but like I love this in the blue. Oh. And then I really love how this one is set out, because you've got these pieces that you can cut off, but then you can still use the snow image. And I really like how they've done those little squares, because they're really good for albums and things. I've been collecting a bit of snow stuff because a friend of mine, Snow is her favourite princess. And then we have 2 of the Little Mermaids, because again, I grabbed what I could see. I did leave some things. I did leave some of the Cars stuff and a few other bits, but not a lot. Like, I didn't take the Angelina Ballerina, and there was a few other things that I was like, should I not? But I bought 38, yes, 38 books. Okay, so that is pile 1. So let me take out the doilies and put this pile back, because this is just scratching the surface. I am so excited about this haul. You have no idea. It hurt like Hades. It's like, books are heavy. So this pile of doilies was approximately $4 in total. I think I worked it out with everything else, and I think, yes, I cannot see it. This was one of the other things I grabbed. This was a brand new roll. It was 50 cents of My Little Pony contact, and I had to have it. This is the newer ponies, I think. I don't know if they're the newer ponies or really old ones, because they've got very soft sort of faces. They don't look like the My Little Pony cartoon that I've been watching. But for 50 cents, I just thought that was really gorgeous. It would be great to put over cards, like recycled chipboard and stuff, and to cut a fussy cut, or to use to create dividers or bits in albums and stuff. So that was another thing I grabbed. Now, I am going to share some of these, because look at how, I'm not sure I'd ever do a lace book, but there's a little hole in this one. But you can cover that easily. This was $1. But as I said, my math may not add up, because she kept giving me discounts. Oh, there's a little bit of pink paint on this one. This one, I looked at this. This is a little stained. I'm going to give these a wash, and if the stains don't come out, I'm going to coffee and tea dye them. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 flowers. And then you've got all this trim here, and if you wanted, you could separate that from the scallop trim or keep the scallop trim. So there's like a lot you can do with that, and that was a $2 one. Some of the prices, like, you can tell different people mark things. I don't, that was, it says $2, yeah. Okay, so then there's this. This is huge. And again, I get the 2 different doily types. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 doilies, and then all this trim around the edge. This was 50 cents because it's stained. But honestly, I am definitely sharing some of this, because I have a whole box of doilies, like not a huge box, a small box, but I will be sharing some of those as well, because I don't use them all the time. I wanted some of these for Miri's album. This was $1. And this is another one that would be so great in a lace book or lace craft or like a wall thing. I'm so blown away. This is gorgeous. I love this. I got this because it's just, the lace is so pretty. This was 75 cents, and you get this pretty, pretty lace. I've been watching too much Roxy and Fiona Jane and all the lace crafters at the moment. And then there's like this one, which is 3, 6, 9, 12 little doilies. That was another 50 cents one. She did knock prices off. I think I ended up paying $1 too much for one of my button jars. She said I could pay $1, and I think I ended up giving her $2, because I was like, yeah. Now this, I don't really like this piece, But you can take these laces off, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little tiny, very lacy, very delicate doilies. So I thought that would be a really nice one to pull apart. I'm pretty sure she threw that one in for free. And then the last one was a $2 one, but as I said, I paid $4 for the entire pile. This is huge. It is stained, it needs a wash. Again, probably something I will coffee or tea stain, or I've got some tie-dye inks that I can use for dyeing. So these, look at how many, like look at all the doilies on this. Like all the little doily shapes I can cut off. Now, for Miri's wedding album, I actually need some doilies for that, so I wanted to have some for that, even if I just use them as to give me a stencil. That's the word. Okay, so how are we going for time? I think we're okay. So, whoops. On to bag number 2, which is the one that took me the longest. So I was going to keep this as a cookbook, but I'm not super fussed on the recipes, but there are some really great images and just different things in here that would be fun to use in, say, a cooking journal, and then I can use some of the images and stories for a princess book. Mini Cinderella. See, this size is really good because these size images are so good for things, whereas the bigger ones can be a little too big at times. This is a read to me storybook, and I'm going to see if a friend of mine in America wants it for her son, just because it's a read-along book, and yes, the images are great. Like, I could easily cut these images out and use them. They're a nice size. But as it has the CD in it, I'd like to give her a chance to say, yes, her son might like it. A Little Monsters ink book, and I loved this because this is gorgeous, and you can use that as pattern paper as well. I mean, I would love some of the big Disney paper pads, and there's a big Star Wars one I have been drooling over for like a year or two. It's to get it from Amazon to here is like $50. Okay, so Muppet Treasure Island. Not sure if I'm going to use this one or not, but I'm a huge Muppets and Fraggle fan, so anytime I see stuff like that, I'm going to grab it, especially for 20 cents. Minions, Long Live King Bob. I just thought this would be a great one to have. And they were all ridiculous. Like, these were all 20 cents. So again, Frozen. I have a little bit of Frozen paper, but it's really nice to have some extra bits to pad it out, and to be able to use bits from the story. Like these, the writing is so big that you could cut those out and use those when you're making word tiles and things as well. I couldn't resist. There was 2 Blinky Bill books, and I grabbed them just because Blinky Bill is so quintessentially Australian. As an Aussie kid, you grow up with Blinky Bill, and I just really loved that. Winnie the Pooh, well, anyone who knows me knows I have a very good big love of this bear. I do prefer the original Winnie the Pooh to the orange one, but he's still cute. And I'm a big fan of Eeyore. I relate to Eeyore a lot more than I do these used to, and Piglet. This is Cars 2, Story of the Film. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like Cars 2. I've never been into the Cars franchise, but I have a lot of friends who are, and this would be great for boy cards or a boy album or just something fun to do. Like, just sometimes it's nice to stretch myself. Now, this is vintage. This is, let me see. Yeah, 1968. And it is chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. So I'm just so blown away. Now, we are getting through. Nap Time for Roo was another one. I just thought this one's a bit worse for wear. Oh look, there's Eeyore. So like there's just, like I'm just flicking. I'm trying not to go too long, because otherwise this video is going to take forever. There's another Beauty and the Beast. This one, I opened it. Not only did I see that, but I saw these beautiful stained glass images and I was sold. I didn't even really have a good flick through, but everything is just gorgeous. Like Snow White and the Magic of Friendship, again, something that I can use. This is a more modern Snow White. This is sort of like the more recent cartoony Snow White. but I really love those. This I bought for either Fiona Jane or Joanne Lee, but it wasn't what I thought it was. It's not all teddy bear tales. Oh, that page is a little marked, but yeah, so it's just a little storybook. So if either of them want it, I will pass it along to them. If not, I will probably use the book for something and use the cover of the tape. I saw one Hello Kitty thing. Little known fact, I love Hello Kitty and the Sanrio stuff. I just don't have the budget for it. Honestly, would rather have craft supplies than merch. Unless it's certain people's merch, and even then I would rather give them the money and support them than necessarily just have a ton of merch. But I really liked that this at the back has all these little cute sort of like a matching type game, or like little word learning game, but it has all the little cute sort of easy images, which is nice. This I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to part with. I would love to craft with it. However, it's a 1978 edition, so it's just on being antique, and it's an old Dumbo book, and the images are just so beautiful though. Like, I would love to use them, but I'm not sure I can bring myself to do it. And I love this Dumbo stuff at the back, like this Dumbo. And then we have a little Toy Story. So this one again, like the other read-along ones, but without the read-along. We're getting there, I promise. This one is the Fab Five, and this is one of those smart books, but I loved the Disney imaging in it. I don't have much Fab Five stuff. I don't have Fab Five paper yet. I have a little bit of mini, but I have a lot of stickers and stuff, so I thought that would go well with that. This is stunning. This fairy book just jumped out at me. I don't know why, until I had a look inside, and I'm doing very super quick flick throughs so you get an idea of what's in each book. If there's anything you want to see closer, let me know. This is the second time I've done this video, so hence me trying to go super fast. Okay, now this Grandma's Treasury, I have done a bigger flip through, which will be up probably Saturday for Melinda, because there's 256 pages of awesome. Another Little Mermaid. Okay, we're almost at the end of the books. We're almost there, people. Almost there. Let me just make sure I've pulled everything out. Oh, I've lost a little tiny... I have a little tiny, like the little... When you're out somewhere and you get like a little tiny jar of jam, one of those of buttons that I have misplaced. Now this I thought would be nice to use bits of in like little friendship gifts and stuff, or like a friendship album. Or I was going to gift it to someone, but I suppose I could glue this back down, but I was just looking to see if I could pull it, because I loved that little image and that paper. I just thought that would be so lovely to create with. Here's the other Blinky Bill. Am I shouting? Sorry. I don't mean to be shouting. So here's the other Blinky Bill. There's a Lion King. I did seem to get a little bit of Monsters Inc. today. Like, just all these images and these styles of books are just so good. This is a nice size to work with too. But the bigger ones are good too. Like, they've all got things that you can use in them. Here's Monsters Everywhere. And you can also, like, if you don't want to use the cover, you can cut off this end bit, put your own spine in, cover it, and create your own covers as well. So that's Monsters. Another little Lion King, Sweet Bugsy. You can use this yellow paper as paper, like, and this is a really cute little Lion King book. Adventures in the Wildwood. This is 40 years old. This was another one. I love Wind in the Willows. It's one of my favourite sort of things growing up. I loved reading it. I loved watching it. So there's just lots of beautiful vintage goodness there. Another Cinderella. Cinderella danced round and round. Wrong Cinderella. I used to have a record, Story of Cinderella, and that song was in it. We have one more, and this is see and read, but this one doesn't have the CD in it. So yeah, it didn't come with the reading part. So this is just good for lots of sort of small images. And finally, I don't know who this is for. I picked up 2 teddy bear things thinking one for Fiona Jane, one for Joanne Lee, and this is the Teddy Bear's Picnic, and it is beautiful. And it's like, if you go down to the woods today, you're sure to get a good big surprise. If you go down to the woods today, you better go in disguise. For today's the day, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm forgetting the words, because I am trying not to go too long in this video. And then the other thing I got, which was $2, was a big jar of buttons, and she gave me the little jar for free, and I was really excited. I'm a bit sad that it's broken on one side, because I thought that would, it's a little bobbin or something. I don't know what it's from, but I thought that would make an awesome closure for an album or journal like that on the cover. And I may use it on Miri's wedding album, because she likes vintagey things, and she's not a person who'll quibble over it just being a little bit broken, because she loves that kind of vintagey goodness. Anyway, this is my $14 Anglicare at Bomaderry op shop haul. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite books and things are that I got. And as always, please remember, you are incredible, you are amazing, and most importantly of all, you truly do matter. I will talk to you soon, my angels and devils. Bye!